Alrighty, here we go. This, unfortunately, started way later than I originally planned, so there's no reason to think invite this up, so I'm probably just gonna move along with the tiering. Okay, starting with, I suppose, the hero of Kavach. Well, I said I wasn't going to do gods, but mortals turn god, I guess I can let pass there. And you have the champion of Cyrodiil, who of course became Sheogorath. Now, of course, Sheogorath, the Daedric Lord, manipulates Oblivion, not Oblivion, well, he is part of Oblivion, but manipulates his realm as part of Oblivion, Shivering Isles. It's infinite, it has galaxies, and I believe specifically called endless dimensions within it. So, yeah, he's definitely high hyperversal. The Dragonborn. Oh, scaling can go up pretty high depending on how you see it. For the last Dragonborn, I've done 2 videos on him, and I may do one last one. But, to put it simply, on his own, via defeating Aldwing and absorbing the power of Miraak, he should be well above the the Daedric Lords in my opinion, as well as with the bow. Kind of forgot what the name of the bow is, but was able to pierce Artorias and basically close the sun. So with that arrow, he's pretty high up there. So I would put him above the Oblivion character. What's his name? The hero of Clash, I just said it. Lyris Titanborn. One of the 5 companions, fought powerful characters. So yeah, I believe he also fought Rada hand to hand, who has fought gods himself. Though he was in mortal form, so she should be at least a city island plus level. Though you can argue country. Cyrus the Ruthless, or is it the Gauntless? Cyrus defeated the Red Dragon, I believe, in his game. The Red Dragon was able to stop an explosion with help from one other person and that was going to destroy Tamriel. He also has the Pancrata sword, and he seemingly stalemated Vivek. So, and he had a couple of adventures in which he once even faced a god. So, yeah, he should be, I'm gonna say he should be about planetary. The Huntress. A Lady Huntress. Number 2 on the waifu tier list for many. Only beaten by the Dawnguard Goth Girl. Perhaps I'll go over that in a tier list for women. But for now, in terms of power scale, she's street building level. Werewolf, being a werewolf, and of course being a companion, and of course we see her personally fight a giant. So yeah, she is definitely higher in on the building level. Ylfric Stormcloak. Pretty good advocate for a base soldier in a sense, but a base soldier with powers such as the voice. Of course not a top tier voice user, but definitely someone that can use it pretty without a lot of effort, as we've seen. So, hmm, yeah, he would be, and he's a soldier for many years. He routed uh the mm, the Bretons. I forget what they're called in Marcotte, who definitely had some high forms of magic. Well, not high level, but definitely magic. So he would definitely be. Think I would put him slightly below Alea the Huntress purely because of her werewolf form, giving her a bit more of an edge. Oh God, Daedra scaling. No, don't worry. That would be a pain in the ass. This is purely for the mortals. I just had to include I just had to include the hero of Kvatch. Next one is alright, there's like 6 thorns here, or Thrawns in this series. I definitely don't remember the surname, but he was, I believe, is he the first villain of Arena? Or he's the oldest main villain that I know of in the Elder Scrolls universe. And with the staff, he has various arrays of magic that can optimize the hardest of materials, and magic that can, at least in one book, said to create dimensions with planets and stars. So I put him on the planet star level. Saint Jude. I actually forgot about Saint Jude. How strong was he? Uh, I know he apparently killed like 100 of those flying creatures in Morrowind, which attacked dragons. And for memory, I'm going to say he's about City. Mirac. Are we getting the heavy hitters already? Well, his feats are being a dragon priest, being a dragonborn, fighting a dragon priest, splitting a city, becoming more powerful for thousands of years, and defeating the Dragonborn in one battle. So yeah, he goes on the high multiversal level. I would probably put him above Hero Kvatch. Because in my opinion, the reason that the Daedra or Maes Mora did not deal with Mirac himself is because after a little while, he probably couldn't. At least that's a theory. Generathon was the arena villain. St. Jude is just a prisoner on the ship that later... I'm pretty sure... Let me see. I feel like St. Jude did something else. St. Jude, Eradicator of the Winged Menace. Yes, this is mainly what I know him from, is that I don't know if he drove them to extinction, but at some point he messed up a whole lot of cliff racers, which I guess Morrowind thanks him for. And 4, to avenge Jude, encountered the last Dragonborn, which made him realize that he was dead Distraught by his name, found able to urge the Dragonborn to help him right his affairs. Oh, so he was in, why is it like a woman here? Oh, so he was also part of the Oblivion Crisis? Interesting. He made his mission to eradicate cliff racers who plagued the road for their hunted them all down. Jim was triumphant. Vivek admired the virtue and served Jimba to death. He was hailed as a hero in the place of more. So he is a sort of a legendary hero figure. So I think St. Jude's is in the right location. Uh, what is not Metamarco, Cameron Marco, Mark Ma Maker, dang it. How could I mess with the Oblivion MC's name? Hmm. Anyways, if I get bogged down, he, of course, Mythic Dawn, he manipulated his body, becoming a high elf, and but more importantly, he created his own dimension that had a star. So yeah, star level. Probably the strongest here on that level. And then there's dang, what is his name? Dorag. Ah, the Morrowind villain. Dorek Gur. There's some way you say his name. I don't actually know. I mean, if he went along with his plans, he would have been monstrously powerful. Before then, he's still pretty powerful. I believe and he, of course, with his army, or with his soldiers, one of which I believe was a vampire of sorts, he was able to defeat the weakened, um, tribunal. So, I'm not exactly sure how weak the tribunal were when they charge up, but I'm gonna say universal. Vestige. At peak, Vestige was given incredible power that defeated a Daedric Lord. So, counting at his strongest point, he should be up there. Does never renting scale to students? Which students? Never renting should scale pretty high, I would think. If you mean just the regular students of like the Mage Guild, absolutely. The Eternal Champion. I believe he's like item level. And this guy is a character from, I believe he is a character, uh Sigic, yes, he's part of the Sigic Order. So he's a top tier mage. From what I last researched, he should be on the multiversal level. Honestly, I think he's strong to dig off her. Yiskimor. He has a few feats that I think put him at country continent level. Rada El Suran. Never anything should be equal to dig off her. Yes, that makes sense actually. Or above him. Where is the never? Do I have the never ending on this list? He should be. Actually, it might be possible that that image got... No, he's right there. Rada Il Saran taking the comment of when he had the black heart, comparing that to the heart of the Tribunal's power, and of course comparing that to Namora, the sort of old Daedric prince, as well as going by his comment of being beyond, I believe, more like Baal. He should be not boundless, of course, but definitely, hmm, definitely, I would say put him above Mirak, personally. The Altmeri Dominion Queen. She should be at least around island level. Sol Saran. Last Joseph's from the Elder Scrolls Somerset. Oh yes, yes, yes. The Vestige is stronger than the Tribunal? Really? I mean, to be fair, the Tribunal, the Vestige, at this point, has a career that expands so much more than the other Elder Scrolls protagonists by virtue of being online. Like, the Vestige is basically a character that has continuous main story games, so it makes sense that he would be that high at peak power, in a sense. I might actually be underrating this character right here. Anyway, Salzhan, he eventually became a sword saint, one of the 5 tribunals. He should be around, I think he only became, yeah, he should be above at least these people. Alright, the high priest that has the Magnus, the staff of Magnus, that should put him, yeah, up here somewhere. I don't think above Mirak. And then you have, of course, the character that defeated Mirak, but that was quite a while ago. The Jailer should be probably, I would say, below that. Of course, you have Aina should be street level. She doesn't have any good feats. Still, being part of the Altmeri Dominion, I figured she at least came across something. And then, of course, we have Marcotte. That's pretty easy to scale. If you count him at his strongest, even actually, you don't even have to count him at his strongest. If you count him as if you count just Marcotte just being compared to Venice and there was another character that you had a student with. They was a student with. Actually, it might be this character. So, I feel like he should be higher. Nevertheless, anyways, Marco, of course, he's at peak. He's almost pretty much a Daedric Lord, so he's about. I put him right here. You were rated Valor and Multiversal, fair enough. Fair enough. In Morrowind Expansion 5, got his power stole by a hound, and then you beat the hound in single combat. That's funny. Um, now the Vampire Lord here. I was never exactly sure where to put Lord Harkon. Mirak gained power beyond the late game last Dragonborn after many years of Apocrypha. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. That's why I put Mirak above the base power of the all the dragon priests, because I believe what he uh, gained more power for like 100 years. So, and he was probably could have potentially beat Aldwing even before that. So yeah, he's powerful. Now, Lord Harkon. Hmm. Now, even weak vampires we've seen, they have super strength and super speed. And we've seen them that they can fight strong characters. And of course, they have a high, high level of magical ability. Hmm. And Lord Harkon will of course be well beyond even probably the strongest of vampires. Hmm. Yeah. It can kind of go either way with Harkon. Yeah, something about ruling everything. You really can't go wrong, but the snow elf vampire knocked the dragonborn unconscious. That is a good point. Hmm. Well, where would you guys put him? Because I don't know. 'Cause reasonably, I'm thinking about country continent level. If he took the bow and he actually had the power of the bow for that moment, then AP wise he would be yeah, high hyperversal. Dig off your level, sure. Where was stated that Harkon ruled infinite dimensions. I actually not heard of that. I just remember him saying that his reach was infinite or something to that level. So yeah, for now I'm gonna put between continent to multi between continent to multiversal. Ain't that some shit? Uh, uh, who else can say that besides Elder Scrolls? In an age long forgotten in history, I ruled as a mighty king. My domain was vast, my reach was endless, and my power was infinite. I guess that somewhat depends on how you define infinite and the way he meant. I think, you know what, I'm just gonna put him below Digothier. That's about the most comfortable and highest I can put Lord Harkon. And now it's it's you, it's Zurin Arctis. Hara can be killed before you even awaken your Dragonborn powers? Yes, that's the thing. Is like you can start that DLC really early. Now, during Arctis, I guess. Hmm. What is Zurin Arctis feats that like I put him really high mostly because well his guard is strong, but mostly because the heart he used his heart to power the Nunduum. Yes. Now assuming that he had no like it was his power and his control, his manipulation that was able to bring the Nunduum back, and assuming that he didn't just have natural advantages, you can put Harkon I mean you can put Zurin uh pretty much the highest here. Because counting everything, the Nunduum scales atrociously high. Okay, now was the scanning for the Nunduum? I guess that depends on how you see Coda and how you understand it, but high end, it would probably at full power be above Akatosh. How powerful Akatosh, I believe, in full true forms on the main, of course, we all remember he defeated I believe the true form of the Daedric Lord Moloch Baal in Oblivion. And now we have this next character, King something or other, but I believe he has the power to manipulate the towers, and perhaps thus even manipulating the gods. So this character, whose name unfortunately escapes me, would be pretty high up there. And of course these guys. Now here we have the high uh aliage. Is that called aliage? No. But basically the sorcerer god king right here. He's definitely above any mage normal mage you would come across in the game. So he should be, and of course he fought the other guy we're gonna go into. He should be about how high do we put these characters? Akatosh's embodiment of all time across Arbis, which is a supremely one-A structure. Arbis merely a wheel within infinite wheels. These wheels are atoms in Io and Padme. Thank you, Pernell Whitestrike. Now how strong was Pernell? Now, Pernell, Elite King should be playing star level. Yeah, that was kind of thinking that. Now, didn't Pernell Whitestrike have a type of Kime? Umriel the Unfeathered. That's his name. Thank you. But yeah, he's half Daedra. He honestly could be on a higher tier. Now I think Whitestrike could be. Hmm. Did Whitestrike have Kime in a sense? Cause I kind of forgot. Whitestrike was the partner of a demi-prince. Umriel isn't a demi-prince, unlike Durin Gunti. Hmm. You remember Umriel having his own plane of oblivion, yes. Though I think even high tier mid. Yes, I was thinking that. I believe Whitestrike has some form of Kime, but is used as sort of anger to reshape the world. So yeah, Whitestrike should be our first boundless character at peak. Not at peak, he's probably like planetary universal. He affects the God's Hand's dream with madness. Yes, something like that I read. Ymir can't be a demi prince because there's not a pure Daedra away. That he goes to generation. Merida gives a contract, but he has to wait to regen. Demi Prince can regenerate. Interesting. Now, this next one is Serena, I believe. And I believe she has a infinite dimension in her realm. The infinite dark web or something to that effect. Anyway, excuse me. Anyway, she fights some dragon in the Elder Scrolls in ESO Online. So I'm thinking she's like a higher tier around here. I'm not sure the dimensionality of her infinite dimension, so Serena, yes, yes. Now I somewhat feel like I missed like 15 important characters from ESO. Selena and Ifunfe. Should it be Universal? Where did I put her? Yeah, I put her at Universal. Oh right, she did mess with Varen Arnis. Uh, maybe when he was younger, but still, yeah. He's about, she's probably about high multiversal. If you can make sense out of that. You're not familiar with ESO? I'm not too much either, but she is a character that is noteworthy. And then we have Shalador. Now, most of what I know about Shalador is apparently he fought off the Dwynmer army, a powerful Dwynmer army clan that had the soon-to-be Daedric item Spellbreaker. Also, he attacked in anger Sheogorath, so he tingles with Sheogorath a lot. I mean, when he attacked, he didn't hurt Sheogorath at all, but perhaps standing toe to toe like that does mean something. I'm thinking it would be fair to put him. He's somewhere between the higher end of multiversal to hyperversal. I'm thinking. Shadow is one of the strong. Yes, that much reputation. He is one of the strongest in history. I'm thinking, even though it is higher end, I think it's fair to put him at high hyperversal. This character that I added right there at the bottom is a wizard character I just heard about. I think I looked up the most powerful Elder Scrolls wizards on a thread. If what I found, he is pretty powerful. But goodness gracious, did I forget his name? But I think this character was like universal. Maybe it's. I guess it's in a way. It's all a game for Sheer Gorath. Oh yes, yes. Now we calm down a little bit. We have old Cicero. Now, Zura Nightwielder? Oh yes, I think that was his name. What tier would he be? Oh, so yeah, he's probably at the right area. Now Cicero, he was able to defeat many members of the Dark Brotherhood, mostly catching off guard, but still defeated them with essentially very little armor and a weak knife. And one of them was even a werewolf. So, hmm, I think I have to put him the weakest of the street large building tier, but he's still particularly strong. This next character was probably one of the first original Elder Scrolls Online characters that I can remember. He's a demigod, I believe. Yes, he's some sort of demigod, and I believe he used the Daedric weapon and helped fight one of the female Daedric prince. I think it was Nocturnal. I think that was the quest line. I think I actually started that quest line in ESO but never got to it. Anyways, he should be fairly strong. He kind of ran away. Yes, there was something. Like, I don't remember him actually having or using the weapon particularly. Hmm. He is Durin Gother, son of Merida. So I think he's about star level. High multiversal, really? I would have not have guessed that. But I guess at some point he had a Daedric weapon, so hey, why not? It was revealed way post-launch. That was probably the last minute write-off. Now, we get to the Tribunal Almalexia. Uh, I don't think we really need to go too much in detail. She is a part of the Tribunal. And they take note of her. She was I believe she was some sort of general before becoming a god. And I believe she defeated a Daedric lord. So yeah, I mean, yeah, high multi hyperverse. So that's an easy one. She should be pretty high up there. Should be, yeah, about there. Durin helped the Vestige from getting one shot by the Daedric princes. That makes sense. And now we have the Celestials. I believe they're like mortal star deities of some sorts, and they come together to stop the forces of some sort of time-eating snake. I believe they're star level. I put them all in one section because I'm pretty sure they're all the same tier. Which is why scaling Daedra is a pain in ESO power levels are, I bet. Like, I wouldn't even want to think about scaling Daedra individually. So yeah, but these guys I'm taking star level. And of course, one of them a sword singer and has Pancratus sword. And then we have the three ancient Nords who, at the very least, they had that shout that can bring down dragons. They've slain many dragons. The Celestials are multiversal. I can see that because they affect Mundus itself. That's reasonable. That's reasonable. I never finished that question, but the serpent, who is one of them? Oh, one of them, the serpent. Interesting. Well, I think they would go up a little bit, perhaps. But yes, now the three ancient Nords. They defeated dragons, they know shouts, and they were able to contend, or at least fight Aldwing for a short period of time. That confirmed Talos using Kain? I remember some people complaining that in ESO Online, you don't see a jungle, but there are flashes to a jungle apparently within some storylines. I think the Celestials are gods because of the stars. I mean, I think they are called mortals. Uh, I feel like you can honestly, reasonably put the ancient Nords at high hyperversal. Harkon, One Eye, his sister Gorliath, and the Elder Ferris, the Old. Do I have One Eye up here? I don't think. I think I almost put him up there. For the ancient Nords, I guess. You know what? At the end of the day, they also helped fought even though they were as ghosts, they helped fight Aldwing, a stronger Aldwing, um, at the end of the game as spirits. So, like, they have to have some pretty great power. So I'm gonna put them at the lower end, but definitely high hyperversal. I thought they just used, yeah, they used the Elder Scrolls to just whop into the future. Agnir, I believe that was his name, the Greybeard. He knows some shouts. They should be playing star level at best. I thought about it. I'm going to disagree with you on that one. I think depends on how strong Alduin is or how much Dragonwind weakens him. Do we really know? Can we really say that he even used Dragonwind when they fought him the second time? I believe all we necessarily know is that Dragonwind makes dragons mortal in a sense. So, so I'm comfortable how I have them up there, honestly. Anyways, they made it to be able to kill him. I can say that much. Now, of course, one of the most scaled thing in Elder Scrolls is the Great Greybeard shaking all of Nirn apparently with their voice. Split that up, I guess you have a country continent level entity. Tiber Septim. If you accept that Tiber Septim has the voice and that maybe he used the Nunduum, yeah, it makes them understand the concept of yeah, that's pretty much what it does. It essentially gives them a weakness and confuses them. I think Tiber Septim, going by like say, he's more or less confirmed to achieve Kime, so going by that, he should be boundless. Parthenax should probably be God tier, honestly. Yes. Like there was a god, I believe there was a dragon character that manipulated the green apparently, and he was apparently going to achieve some pretty high status of godhood. Didn't Septim lose to 5? Vivek, I don't know if it's ever official. Oh, as a mortal, yes, pretty much. Vivek, of course, is also said to have Kime, so I agree with this because Selena was dominated by a mere dragon. Yes, she was. And her realm was taken over by that dragon. Mazarick is saying that his kind uses to bully Selena kind of Dawn era. Right, now the Grey Prince. Uh, One of my favorite quest lines in Elder Scrolls was the arena levels. Like, and that was probably mostly just because to hear the dialogue of that one female character that hated you, and to go up in rank. It's a good quest. He was the champion, and as an arena champion, and pretty much considered to be the strongest guy there. That means he fought monsters, Daedra, and characters from pretty much all of Tamriel and likely defeated them. So he probably would be on the strongest end of a street building level, in my opinion. Yeah, he's definitely building level. Oh yeah, dragons got feats in ESO, being threats to Vestige and shit. Yeah. The main feat I use for ESO dragons is holding back the explosion that, was going to crush Tamriel and cause an explosion that destroyed an island that could be seen from Skyrim. Oh yes, now yes, is he half? That how it worked? Is he half vampire or the son of a vamp? The Great Prince is Blade. That's probably the best of called. He's Blade. Now we have the man with the villain, super villain name, Mercer Frey. He's a bit hard to gauge, but with that key he definitely unlocked a greater deal of power. Power so great that that three Thieves Guild members pretty much sold their soul to the devil. Well, one of the Elder Scrolls devils in the Daedra, and became some sort of shadow agents. The most direct feat we can go by is that he caused an earthquake, so I'm gonna put him at about city level. I think he's above humans, normal humans. Yes, I remember that. If you relay him the information that his father was a vampire, he just says, "You know what? Just do me in. You can be the champion." There's no happy ending for the Great Prince. Yes, nightingales. This other character right here, again, whose name escapes me, but is a red guard. Is an ancient and skilled red guard that I believe. Who did he defeat? He defeated armies, but he was ultimately killed by, like, giant goblins, which may mean strong orcs. I'm not entirely sure, but he was a great skilled warrior in general. So he would probably be above Elisaleia. Isran. Isran, I consider up there with the Grey Prince, ironically, because again, in his profession, and the profession he used to be in, I forgot where the other guys that hunted Daedra, he used to be part of them. So basically, he has the experience hunting Daedra, and he has the experience of fighting vampires. Fred deer hunting equal to Yisgmir? Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, he knows Pancratas. Really? Yeah, then he's at a good spot. Okay, now it's all coming back to me. He has a pretty fantastic military record. Like, he was pretty much unstoppable in direct one-to-one, hand-to-hand combat. So yeah, that's a great spot right there. So yeah, Isran, with his experience, I would say he's above the Huntress. Tolf there, I almost called him Agnir, but oh, Tolf there, he's pretty much my stand-in for a basic but old inexperienced mage. That means he has pretty much um, summoning powers, wide range of other abilities, hexes, ward spells, of course, alteration, so reality warping. So I put Toph there at about the City Island skill block. That's pretty much where I put master level, basic human master level mages. And now the never-ending. Never-ending would of course be above Dagoth Yer. Being an aspect of a god, I believe, also. Toph should be able to destroy a city. Yeah, he's about that level of any wizard. He kills giants and therefore was a cool wizard in ESO. Toph or hunting. But yes, back to the never ending. Why am I saying it like that? It's spelled Neverin, I believe. If you consider Coda Neverin Pilot's alchemy, hmm, how do I scale that thing? Now that thing's supposed to be clearly below the Nunda one, but in a sense comparable. Hmm. Then again, I didn't consider the Nundwum when I was talking about Tiberius Septim, so I'm gonna put Neverin. I'll put the Neverin at about universal. Parthenax. Now I believe Parthenax, I believe at the very least should be comparable to the dragon that fought Selena. Because he's around that sort of age. Likely also at least comparable to the Jills. Way above the Red Dragon. Like he definitely has to be between multiversal to high hyperversal. No question to Parthenax. Neverin also means God Slayer. Alright, so he's Elder Scrolls version of Kratos. So where do y'all think I should place Parthenax? I believe it says something to that effect of being the second oldest dragon. Like he's definitely not below Universal. Like he has to be above all other dragons not named Aldwing, and he should be above the Dragon Priests, in my opinion. Well, above the base Dragon Priest, I guess. He was Alduin's most accomplished general. Okay, so with that, I'm feeling it's about fair to say. It's fair to say Parthenax should be on the high hyperversal end. That's what I'm getting here. And now another member of the Thrawn family. The was it the is Parthenax even mortal? No. I'm somewhat cheating when it comes to the dragons. I didn't put Aldwing up here because Aldwing is clearly a god, in a sense. Even worshipped. Now, Thrawn has a long history. He's the not just a battle mage, but the Council's Imperial Battle Mage. He defeated the dragon. He defeated one of the strongest dragons we know of. And I believe he's one of the 5 companions. He should also probably be at least comparable to his the other Thrawn. Aldwing's a straight up Nordic god, pretty much, yes. Yes, I originally did have Aldwing listed on here, but like, no, he's too clearly a god. Now, where do I place Thrawn? I'm thinking continent level. And then we have this character whose name escapes me. I believe he is so, but he's definitely one of those characters that is straight up comparable to the gods and Daedric lords. So he's high multiversal. And then we have, I believe it's Naluth. Naluth, I believe, is the greatest of the House House Tavern Wizards. House Telvanni Wizards. And is, according to his words, the greatest mage he will ever see. And he's been around for a long time. Niluth, the guy that talks to you in the Mirek DLC, the Dark Elf. Now, what was it? He may have had a comment about, I think he may have said he was comparable to Mirek in Dragonborn in some sense. And like he reacts to the voice in ways that that he doesn't come across as particularly impressed. So he, at the very least, has a pretty high opinion of himself. I'm thinking he's about. I'm thinking he's. I'm gonna just put him at about star level. And of course, it only perfect that we end on the Tribunal characters. Now, this Tribunal characters, no, this one right here. I'm not sure if he fought at Daedra, but he created the Clockwork City. And I believe he used the last bits, Niluth, yes. And I believe he used the last bits of his energy to create some kind of energy source for his people. Isn't he like 4,000 years? He's pretty darn old. Because I believe he's in like Morrowind or something. But anyway, it's kind of a no-brainer. This character is high multiversal. Vivek. What can be said about Vivek that the greatest narcissists haven't said about themselves? Now, think about Vivek, he is one that is also suggested to have Kime, and I believe he may potentially. Dude, Sotasil beat the strongest Daedra, and is the reason they can't invade directly. Well, that's definitely a story I may have missed. Also, I didn't know there was a strongest Daedra. Because I only really remember the statue of Almalexia defeating a Daedra. If so, then I will change his position up there a little later. So yeah, Vivek. Is it worth going through his feats? Of course he wrote that story. What was it, the 12 Labors of Vivek? Or something to that effect. And of course he defeated the Silent Man, the Boogeyman, the Something Man. That was pretty much a Daedra. He also made love to one. Vivek is a heck of an entity. And probably Kirkbane's favorite character. Anyways, Vivek is, of course, boundless. Look at that. Don't you wish your favorite verse had that kind of range? Truly a child of both the Lord of the Rings and Cthulhu mythos. Just like Digimon. Okay, what will I adjust here? Out of these three, the heck if I know who would be the greatest Kime user. I guess Tyru might use his ones more directly. He fought Azura. I know they don't like each other. I am Zurin, that character, Dragonborn, Rada El Soren. Let's go there. Oh yes, Sotasil should be, going by what you said, should be higher. He should probably be right behind or above Rada. You said the Sota Seal lore was crazy? Yeah, I can imagine. The most of what I know from his lore has to do with him um, creating the energy source before he died. Hmm. The dragon, the hero of Kavach being Shir Goreth, he should be higher than the priest. I can say that. He should be higher than the priest. The Vestige should be higher than the priest as well. Manamarco, of course. Shalador. I might be the Parthenax. Parthenax should take honestly a pretty big step. I'm thinking. I'm gonna put Parthenax all the way here. I'm fine with the rest. Selena, Neverinthin, Neverinthin. You know what? Selena at best, I think you can just put at Universal. So I'm gonna put the Neverinthin above her. The Celestial are fine where they are. This guy I'm probably underrating. Digothier is fine. Lord Harkon is fine. Maybe. This guy is fine. The Sorcerer King, Muriel, however I said it, is fine. Menkar Camrian, I kept destroying his name. Um, yeah, that's fine. Naluth. Naluth is probably stronger what I'm giving him for, but I can't say for sure. Thrawn is fine. Yiskamor, Holdier, and again fine. Sotasil, not Sotasil, Saran, the Queen Lady is fine. The Giant is probably above that. Also, the Thernos Champion should be higher. Thernos Champion should be the top of this. He at least, like I say, could be at least city level. Yeah, he's fine there. I'm gonna put St. Jude at the lowest. Grey Prince, Isran, Lexiza, Yofric Stormcloak, and this guy, yes. Alright. I'm pretty satisfied with how this came out. Yeah. Yeah. More so, I'm satisfied with so many people coming out at this time of night. Well, at least time of night for me, at least. Any chance for they'll come out when I do? What I'm thinking maybe next is tier list of Elder Scrolls waifus. Cause why not? There's quite a number of lovely women in the Elder Scrolls universe. Maybe we can keep this train going. After that, I believe I said I would do something else. Maybe talk about armor. Though that might take too long. There's so much armor in Elder Scrolls that might actually be crazy. I mean, just look at this. Look at what everyone's wearing. It's wild. Still at the top of the head, what other kind of Elder Scrolls tier list I can make? Besides, of course, the women. Oh, right. This is about the mortals. Another list I can do about the animals and the Daedra. Not just of course, the princes, but other Daedric creatures, the um the storm equinox and such. You linked the book in Discord was so to say about like 8 Daedra to his word. Interesting. I checked it out right after this. But yes, so far the heroes are concluded. The immortal, semi-mortal spirits, and just pretty much the thing that's not flat out a Daedra or 9 divine or 8 divine. Since I did have Talos up there technically. Hmm. That'll do. That'll do for now. Good night. Hit the like on the